Two of the top three leading preventable causes of death in the United States are tobacco and alcohol use. According to the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, an estimated 88,000 people die from alcohol-related causes annually. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, cigarette smoking accounts for more than 480,000 deaths annually. Both of these substances are legal and huge multi-billion-dollar industries. Today, I'm going to try and persuade you to support the legalization of marijuana, also known by names such as weed, dope, pot, kush, and many more. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it is, why it is used, and why it should be legalized in the United States, both medically and recreationally. But before I tell you why I believe marijuana should be made legal for both medical and recreational purposes, let me explain a little bit more about what marijuana is and why it is such a popular drug. Cannabis, also known as marijuana, is a psychoactive drug grown from the cannabis plant. It contains many different chemicals, but a chemical called tetrahydrocannabinol, more commonly known as THC, is responsible for the high after consuming it, which is a change in perception and heightened mood. Marijuana is typically smoked or vaped, but can be used in food or as an oil to be applied to the skin. The effects and their duration depend on the method of use. Now that we know what marijuana is and how it is used, I will explain to you why I believe marijuana should be fully legalized, starting with its rise in popularity. The full legalization of marijuana is more popular than ever. According to an article by Abigail Geiger, January 5, 2018, on the Pew Research Center website, about 6 in 10 Americans, 61%, say the use of marijuana should be legalized, which is nearly double what it was in 2000 at 31%. With more public support of legalization, we are seeing many states start to legalize marijuana medically, and a few like Colorado and Washington legalize it recreationally too. But does the idea of legal weed being so popular alone provide enough leverage to make it reality? Let's look at some facts and statistics about its health, economic, and social benefits. With marijuana being classified as a Schedule I drug, it has been very difficult to perform studies and research on the drug due to heavy government regulations. However, with the legalization of the drug in states like Colorado, some research has been completed. In an article posted January 15, 2018 on the Harvard Health blog by Dr. Peter Grinspoon, he explains that CBD, which stands for cannabidiol, one of the many components of marijuana, has been reported by many patients to relieve insomnia, anxiety, pain, and to treat potentially life-threatening conditions such as epilepsy. He goes on to explain a specific form of epilepsy called Dravet syndrome, which is almost impossible to control, but responds dramatically to a CBD-dominant strain of marijuana called Charlotte's Web. Marijuana is also used by many cancer patients to treat the pain and side effects of chemotherapy. With the number of uses and positive effects of marijuana for medicinal purposes, it is easy to see why so many people are in favor of legalization. However, there is still not enough research to definitively say that marijuana is of great use. As far as recreational marijuana goes, there are more health risks than benefits, which include short-term memory loss, breathing problems, nausea, and hallucinations. With this in mind, it is also easy to see why some people don't believe marijuana should be made legal. However, it is not possible to overdose on marijuana, and it has been shown to be far less addictive and life-threatening than either alcohol or tobacco, which, as I mentioned, are both legal and very popular in the United States. With numerous health benefits and concerns, let me explain an economic benefit of legal marijuana. According to the Colorado Department of Revenue, the state of Colorado has generated over $681 billion in tax revenue from the sale of medical and recreational marijuana since February of 2014. The generated tax revenue is able to be used for education and programs to prevent substance abuse and regulations. This is to ensure that the economic boost is not outweighed by any negative impacts related to the increase in usage of the drug. With that kind of revenue being generated, many good programs and functions can be funded, like education and drug-related assistance programs, similar to what Colorado has been doing over the years. So now you know why the legalization of marijuana can be beneficial for everyone. So in conclusion, the legalization of marijuana can be very beneficial both medically and economically. Hopefully we see eye to eye now on this issue, and you can agree with me that the legalization of marijuana is beneficial for everyone and a great idea. Thanks.